Hello. Apologize for the slightly late start. I got a little distracted. I've been watching videos with hubby, and then I got in here late, and then I was messing around with some scenery. Interesting. Sorry, I have to mess with some stuff. All right, there we go. Hopefully, all of technology is now cooperating. I thought today we could continue with mythology build. I did a bit of a side build over the last couple of days, late last week into this morning, or into the weekend. And I learned a couple of things, so I'm hoping I can make some improvements on where we were before. Specifically, I figured out how to deal with some of the frustrations I was having with having to like stick plants on top of each other in order to get the height I wanted. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to delete out some of these plants. And, oh, well, it would help if I did it right. So I'm going to delete out some of these plants. Where's the pink flowers? But the flowers are cute. What about this one? Did this one lose its flowers? Oh dear. I don't know if I can get this plant back. Mistakes were made. It's fine. It's right here. Oh, that's also the ride. This is a really good view, right? Probably the best view you've had all day. I don't know if I can get that plant back without moving the whole ride, and I really don't want to do that. Well, what's done is done. But what I figured out while I was playing around with settings a little bit is that I can grab the plants, and then now I should be able to kind of mess with it how I want and not deal with that weird stick to surface issue I was having. So I can let them kind of just slightly stick out of the water instead of before, where they were all buried, and I don't have to place 87 million plants. But I think I'm gonna actually start with not doing that. I want you. Selecting stuff is challenging sometimes. I get mad at this game. Oh, I see. I put some of these within this scenery. That's what's going on. I need to edit the building. Okay, this counts as being in mythology dressing too. I think it's any of these plants. No. Well, hopefully that's all of the annoying ones. I do want to. Okay. I do want to check settings a little bit to see if I can figure out how to do a little bit more. Alright, I'm just gonna leave that deleted because I want to kind of restart a lot of this scenery decoration. did find this cute little pot here, and I think this pot will be good. I'm gonna probably do it off camera just because I'm trying to figure out exactly how to get the flowers well oriented. But I think I'm gonna take this pot and I'm gonna fill it with a bunch of foliage, potentially like spilling out, and place that around. I pushed so many plants into the ground trying to get this to cooperate on the last stream. Oh man alive. That's okay. Yeah, you like that pot? Isn't it cute? I'm pretty happy. Like, I figured out, I feel so silly. I thought I remembered there being a search feature and filters. It is. There are filters and there is scenery theme. And so I was able to toggle it to the mythology theme. And then the pieces are a lot more appropriate for what we're going for. So lessons learned. I spent probably like 5-ish hours building out a cute little ride. That's a fat Pegasus. He's kind of adorable. I think we're gonna go over here for a little bit, because he's gonna have to be in this ride somewhere. He's such a fat, derpy Pegasus. Oh my gosh, he is adorable. He's a 10 out of 10. I love the fat little, the chunky little body, the tiny little wings. Oh, he's adorable. I think he belongs probably on a pedestal. There you go. Your pedestal can go over by you as well. That way I remember you exist. So, but yeah, I figured out how to toggle it to a mythology theme, and so I was able to find like a couple of those are bins. I don't think I'm trying to shove things into a trash can, but so I was able to find a couple of other like more appropriate pottery pieces instead of that other planter I found last time. So, but I also figured out, thankfully, if I'm having things cooperate with me. So if I place this down and I do the advanced move, I can do the y-axis move and I can make it sit on top of the water now instead of what I was doing before where I was just like shoving 87 plants down in the water. So I'm a little better at the controls now, because I spent a bunch of time doing a little side build that I'm gonna add to the park when the time is right. I'm also gonna see if I can mess with the, you can put timers on those water jets we added last time, and if I can figure out how to do, or you can put triggers on them. And so in theory, I can put triggers on them that it's when the cart approaches, and then potentially it'll be like a little spurt of jets as the train actually approaches. That's supposed to be a thing. Do I really? I thought I got that fixed. Why is it Animal Crossing again? I appreciate that heads up. Thank you, Lady Cookie. Technology is frustrating sometimes. I have changed that off of Animal Crossing like 4 times. Planet Coaster 2. Done. Okay. Hopefully that's back to where it belongs. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Sometimes software is just a little finicky, but hopefully it's showing Planet Coaster again. The software will send its own edits, and I think that's where it gets a miscommunication sometimes. because technology is frustrating. I feel a little sad undoing a bunch of what we did last time, but I was really frustrated at the fact that I was just putting a bunch of plants on top of each other to make it sit at the top of the water. And I don't want that to be the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna bump this guy. Oh, right. I ended up not liking the heather, actually. I do think a couple of those reeds will definitely make the end product. The reeds just feel very overgrown to me. I also found a fun little I found a fun little scenery piece that is going to be kind of fun, I think. I clear the filters and I do a search instead. There are these water shapes, which are literally like they give the appearance of water, but they're just little like bricks of water. And so I think we can do some kind of fun stuff with those as well around the water ride. But my fatal flaw last time was I had stuff set on snap to surface. And so it was snapping to the surface at the bottom of the ride. And that's why it was doing that super frustrating thing where I had to like stack them. And regardless of what I did, it was like, no, I belong on the top of the water. Oh, I do think this just is going to have to live there. It's fine. It doesn't block the track. It just adds some texture. Okay. All right. Now I want to get the scenery back out. That cute scenery piece I had before, I think, is a good starting point for this ridiculous shenanigans. Where is it? There it is. It's almost like perfectly spaced for this track as well, which is beautiful. And then if I do it this way, it's slightly less annoying later if I need to like scooch a bunch of stuff. I can also move around the actual pieces of this particular building as well to make them fit a little bit more appropriately. Like moving these cute little lanterns. The hardest part about trying to like finagle some of the scenery is the spacing and the spacing for consistency. Okay, got that back. Do want to, I think I'm going to use this tree. I think this tree is actually pretty good. I don't know why stick to surface is the ground. That's so silly. need to remember to turn these. There's a little bit of diversity. Those are really good and symmetrical. 10 out of 10 for my ability to be symmetrical. It's hard because I want to be up close to place them well. But then when you're doing that, it's like difficult to try and shoot for symmetry. It is what it is. Alright. What other bushes do we have hanging out in this decoration? This is when I spend time doing round 2 of decorating, and then I'm sad because I don't like it as much as round 1, but I think it'll be better. I know. I cannot believe that. And I mean, the year is almost over. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, and then I was looking at schedules for this weekend, and if I'm not mistaken, yeah, next Monday is the 30th. That means we've only got a handful of days before the year is over, and it's super crazy. I can't decide if I'm happy that 2024 is almost over or if I'm like sad that the year's almost over. Ooh, I wonder if I could oh man. Oh, you'll do great. I'm sure your classes will go wonderfully. But I know starting new classes is always incredibly daunting. So, but I'm sure they'll be great, and I'm sure you'll do wonderful. You'll kick those classes' butts. Okay. How big is this piece? Here. Oof. That is a bunch of different pieces. There is a marble trim. Oh, interesting. That trim can only be on a grid. That's super curious. I haven't really messed around with like the wall stuff. Curious. Can I... They aren't my airplane classes yet, just the filler. The filler classes aren't terrible. The filler classes are typically just put in the work and you're okay. So I'm sure you'll do great in all your filler classes. And who knows, maybe you'll make a new friend. I don't know about that either. I was being silly on make a new friend front, but you'll do fine. I'm sure you will kick your class's butts. Okay, do we have other laurel pieces, or are these just a bunch of the same laurel pieces? Okay. Well, I guess it's time to do a little bit of scenery digging. Let's see what kind of plants we can find again. Don't know how well I'm gonna do with wall climbers. Unfortunately, the wall climbers are really finicky about where they need to go. So that's actually where I found the grapevines. The grapevines are wall climbers of some kind, but maybe we can see about putting those somewhere else. We're gonna look at bushes instead of wall climbers. Cacti. Cacti seem appropriate, right? Yeah, it's very bushy. I'm gonna place stuff over here. This is kind of like an alternative version to the cattails I had, where it's kind of got the height to it. I think I've already got an ice plant out, yeah. The small lady ferns are the bane of my existence. I was, I built out a water rapids ride. I posted the speed build to YouTube, and I was going around and placing a bunch of those little lady ferns, and I thought they weren't clipping, and I thought they looked good. And then I pulled back, and I realized that they were absolutely still all clipping, and I was very annoyed at them because I thought I had done really well with them and making them look cute, and then nope, not even close. There are also in flowers lily pads, which I think could be pretty okay. Oh, I kind of like that. I could do just an insane number of lily pads. Probably too many lily pads. I've decided the hardest part about this is actually like picking what to do, and then once you kind of have an idea, it goes pretty quickly. I think I just can't decide how overgrown I want it to be. I was also wondering if maybe we should build up a little bit of height with these laurel bushes. Like, I could almost make my own hedge out of the laurel bushes. And I could do that instead of the trees, or I could even move the trees forward. Is that it's unsuspecting water jets. I don't know how I'm feeling about this. I have to remember to advanced move those when I'm moving stuff that's existing. I can't decide. I do think I like the laurel bushes like that. Kind of make a little fake hedge. Also accomplishes blocking off another area of the ride. Which I like to think of as a win. I don't think there's water, like coloring, but I would absolutely make this water like bracken if I thought I could. We definitely need some kind of color. Ooh. Oof. Placing scenery individually is absolutely terrible. Like, legitimately the worst. Perfect, perfect. That's definitely what I meant to do. Let's see if that speeds this up a little bit. Question is, are those still grouped? They are not. Okay. It's fine. I can work with it still. It'll still be a little bit quicker, I think, to grab them like this. Mega laurel bush. It's a pretty big drop, actually. I'm sure it's not unrealistic for a log ride to have a drop that large. It just seems a little crazy. But I guess you rarely see what the exterior of a log ride really looks like. Well, I guess that's not overly surprising. Medusa needs like a castle behind her, I think. That is not a large castle, it is a baby castle. How much can I scale this? A lot, apparently. Oh, it's not scaling well. All of the pieces are coming apart. Alright, well, clearly that's not gonna work. This might have some pieces we can work with, though. I have seen some of the stuff people are building in this game, and it's kind of crazy. And I don't know if maybe it's because the building is a little bit easier on PC versus console. I don't actually have an answer. I guess you probably have a little bit more precision potentially. You can go away. I want to figure out how they come up, they get brought up after Medusa, and they crash down into a garden. Do I maybe take these laurels and duplicate them and put them up here as well? They'll hang off a little bit, but we could create like a separation along the entirety of like up here as well, potentially. Oh, you're gonna make me do that every time. There's no way snapping is on. Okay. I don't think I hate this. I feel like that's just how I feel right now of don't think it's terrible. I don't love how close it is to the track, and I've been trying to, as I've sat here working on this, I've been trying to figure out if there's a great way to kind of like block off the view here. I wonder if... Okay. Line scenery with station. Attach scenery. So I wonder if I grab the laurels and they be used like stick to surface and align to surface are gonna be the bane of my existence at the moment. Where can I connect it? Is it supposed to be added to like the cart? Is that how this works? Everyone just lives in a bush. It's fine. You're well hidden from Medusa now. Ta-da! Interesting. I don't even know where I can or cannot connect this to the... Like, it's just red outlined basically everywhere. But apparently I can shove a bush in the logs. It's totally logical. There's definitely nothing strange about that at all. I need to know if every log will now have a bush in it. Mostly because I don't know what it means by add it to the ride. Yes, I know the monorail is incomplete. Okay. I wonder... I have a really silly idea involving these laurel bushes. One moment, please. If I put a laurel, and then I put another laurel, and then I copy this, and I rotate it on its side. And then I push it up. Now I've got like a laurel hedge. And I can take that laurel hedge I don't know what else it's grabbed. That's fine. So if I take this and I group this scenery and then I move it, can I make a pseudo tunnel for this track to go through? Does that work? Is this a terrible idea? I kind of like that, actually. They run away from Medusa. I want to put so many laurel bushes down right now. Like an absolutely insane number of laurel bushes is where my brain is at right now. Because I was thinking I could even do... Could have like Medusa's garden that they come into, And then because I can't figure out how to attach the laurels to the ride itself, which is what I'd prefer to do, I could do like this guy and then stack it. I swear this ride is supposed to be open, but I don't see any logs coming through. And I'm confuzzled. Why is the ride closed? I said open it. Weird. Why is she walking away? Power's off, ride conditions off. Guest capacity's at its max. Guests don't have any needs. Staffs aren't supposed to take breaks. Is it mad about my tree? I took it off. Will you open now and run? Is there no staff? It's actually good right now. Interesting. This ride is not getting any scenery bonuses, despite all of my beautiful stuff I've placed around it. What is going on? Okay, staff is finally making it to the ride. Hopefully it'll start running again. I was waiting for my log with a bush to come through, but apparently a log with a bush is not allowed, which is stupid. Trying to decide if I've bit off more than I could chew. I probably should have started with a smaller shenanigan, because that's like mega laurel. Like an absolutely insane number of laurels right now. But now I can copy Megalore. And Megalore will do double duty of hiding Medusa. How giant it is. That might be the most ridiculous thing I've ever built. In fact, I think I can confidently say that this giant stack of laurels is the most ridiculous thing I've ever built. There's definitely no need for a support system inside of the giant wall of laurels. You know, maybe there is a support structure in there somewhere. If she is through the pillar, does that block view of her? No. Okay, there should be a split from building option. What? Why is split from building disabled? That's super strange. Why would that be disabled? You're gonna make me go dig and find it, aren't you? Hmm. Oh, where is the pillar? Apparently not in that category. Just want the broken pillar. Cause hear me out. Former cathedral. Do I have to stack these if I want to make a taller pillar? I don't think those even stack. No, they do not. The base. How do you make a taller pillar? The heck? That's frustrating. I'm sad. I feel like somehow I've managed to make it worse. I thought I was gonna make it better. And I'm now questioning my life decisions. Alright. I want to build a roller coaster. I'm gonna let ADHD take over and we're gonna try and build a roller coaster. Definitely gonna create something from custom because I'm gonna give this a try. Let's see. The inverted flying narwhal? Oh, it's one of those rides. Maximum drop angle. It can invert, has a hydraulic launch. The splashdown, a chain lift coacher which can feature a water splashdown effect. Okay. First thing I'm gonna do. No, can Can I stop it? Thank you. I want you to start testing. Just because I don't. Those explosions are incredibly dramatic. Why did it explode? Okay, it's 46 meters in the air. 60 meters in the air, which is about 100 feet. Which is pretty high up there. We're gonna give them a really good view of the park. Before we just... How far down will this go? This will let me go down a full 90 degrees? Oh, man. Oh, that's insane. That should be illegal. That's gnarly. Don't think I banked that enough to go that far. Trying to channel my inner trying to channel my inner engineer. I don't know how well it's working. There's no way they're not going too fast. We've got to slow them down. I can't imagine that that twist is going to be allowed. I feel like come down at a 90-degree angle and start spinning is going to be some sort of G-force that just murders everyone. Okay. That's actually acceptable. All right. That trajectory gonna put them... I don't know if they have enough force after I put that braking track in there. Really curious if they're gonna make it through that loop. Alright. It's not even that bad of G-forces. Might be coming slightly dangerously close to the previous track, but that's okay. Look, I picked it up enough. There's enough clearance. I am floored that the G-forces are acceptable after that monstrosity. It did speed up the clock, so hopefully it'll go a little bit quicker. I'm being able to make sure that this is an okay coaster. That has so many twists and turns. Still going. Oh. Oh. Okay. That is not an acceptable coaster. Alright. Fine. I don't want to murder anyone. It's this turn right here. That is, at a 8 Gs. I believe that means you just pass out on contact. I don't think 8 Gs is something the human body can handle. Wonder if that's a little less aggressive, possibly? I don't know if negative 3.4 is okay. I don't remember what's okay G-forces and what's not. I do feel like I need to reapply the trim brakes. Oh no! I think the cart didn't make it. Curses. Oh, darn it. Okay, what if I slowed, if I let the brakes give it a little bit more oomph? I wanted to edit these brakes. Like, what if the target speed is 30 miles per hour? I don't even know what speed it's coming through there at anyways. Interesting. I always think it's a great idea to try and build my own coaster. And then I have regrets. Okay, definitely can't have any trim brakes there. Which means we're gonna have to delete a bunch of stuff, unfortunately. I'm not even sure if it can handle this curve that I put in initially. I really want to put a loop-de-loop. This ride must not be capable of going upside down. That just feels nausea-inducing, if I'm being completely honest. Spin one way and then come out and spin another. I feel like we probably still have a G-force issue. Just a feeling. There's no way that's rideable. Yeah, yeah. It's too scary and it exceeds G-force limits. I forgot you could, really? This game sometimes. I wonder if I stop it there, if that's enough. Oh, how do I get the water splash effect? Special track pieces. No, I know what those are. Ah. Splashdown start, midsection, and end. Ooh. Okay. New idea. Wait. Wait. Is it going so fast that when it hits the water, the cart explodes? Oh, okay. No, it was just how the water effect looked. I was like, oh dear. Okay. So hear me out. You're going to come up and just... No, I don't want to bank. Go straight down. Slowly pull out. Oh, weird. I did that. There's a block section. Okay, I guess I need one more piece before I can do the splashdown section. No, it's doing it again. That's so odd. Okay, well, I guess I guess it dips down into the splashdown start. You're gonna scream through a bunch of water, get incredibly wet. Question our life choices. There is no way this coaster is not going absolutely too fast for any of this. That drop is generating just so much speed. Yeah, like that negative 12 G's and then 10 G's. I did this to myself last time too. Don't know if the 3 G's is okay. Okay. Ride is too scary and exceeds G-force limit. Darn it. Question of the century. Does this ride work? Or are G-forces still too much? Okay, too scary, exceeds G-force limits. Oh, coasters are challenging, and I always forget how hard they are until I decide to try and do one. I would like to know where the G-forces are a problem. Okay. Is it really not allowed to go into the purple range? Right, apparently I need to place down a bunch of staff members. Okay, so it's not those G-forces. It's gotta be this turn right here. What if I apply just the slightest bit of braking? Really want that drop. What's the point of a coaster that'll go 90 degrees if you can't use it to go 90 degrees? You know banking is a thing. Oh, good. Didn't have enough energy to do that one. Everything is awesome. coasters. That's not the blue path I want. I want the blue swirly path. Oh, I didn't realize you could change the bases of the rides. Okay, I'm gonna go open this up, but I'm gonna decorate it. I think I can change the colors while it's in use. Okay. So our main carriage area. I think we're gonna go with blue. Oh, that's the center. Okay, cool. Feels like a sun. I think I know what area I'm do with that. Why is that giving Disney's Rapunzel? Is it just because I used a bunch of purples and then I made it look like a sun? I know what's going on it. Bargain price, all better. I love the idea that I can change the color while it's moving. Like you've just got people up there like running around painting it while the ride is moving. I'm pretty sure that's an OSHA violation. Just a feeling. But I think we're definitely in OSHA violation territory at this point if we're making someone climb on a roller coaster while it's actively being painted. Or while it's actively being used to paint it. Maybe it'll be better if I add like hedges. Okay, I'm sick of those notices. Could have sworn that there basically in the sandbox isn't supposed to be any need for extra staff. Now I'm gonna keep getting we have staff looking for work. Oh, do we? Maybe because there's way too many staff now. Good, good. That's definitely how I want the hedge to be oriented. Like it's a magnet. What animatronics do we have? He kind of looks like he belongs like in a fountain. Reasonable. Sorry about the camera flash. We're working really well. 10 out of 10. Definitely nothing wrong here. You're not somehow slightly into the ground compared to your... Oh, this one's slightly off the ground. The other ones look so much better. There we go. Kind of. Maybe it's just a distance thing. I had this earlier when I was trying to grab. For some reason, it was like not letting me grab the plant, which is super confusing. Doesn't make a lot of sense. I genuinely thought for a second that that was a different finger. Clearly, I thought I was playing a different game than I was. I need to know some. Okay, so that is not. That is like really aggressive spinning. Is that gonna decapitate someone if I leave it there? I feel like it might decapitate someone. But I like it. That's not a circle. Wait. Those both say they're 90. Oh, I see. 90 degrees is the inside, not the outside. I don't know if I like that planter versus. I think there's. There's gotta be a different planter option. Filler planter rounded. Oh, I see. They did the closed off. Well, I guess those don't have to be flying. Okay. I'm gonna leave this, but I'm also going to take some hedges. Nope. Please stop that. It is such a frustrating attachment point for those flowers. Ooh, he is gigantic. Can I change his color at all? Okay, I can change him a little bit to be less blindingly white. Oh, good. Then he's just. Really? Nope, it didn't fix it. It didn't fix it to tell it to do it. That's just stellar graphics. Why can I pick a color if you're gonna do that? I hope everyone watching wanted a stroke today because that's what you're getting. You can't decide whether he's evil or not, so super interesting. Did it not save? Excuse me. Oh, it's not doing it now. Okay. Oh. wonder. Okay. Alright. So the original plan of making him slightly less blindingly scary is accomplished at least. Okay, so they can actually fill about half of the queue I have just from one fill of the Ferris wheel. So I feel like that queue actually needs to be bigger. About time for me to start getting some notifications of people are spending forever looking for work. I really want this path to go through an archway for some reason. So I'm gonna make that dream a reality. Oh, there it is. Your staff are looking for work for long periods of time. Did say that that was gonna come. Staff is looking for work for extended periods of time, but also my rides are shutting down because people are leaving to go to their breaks. Can we just make it make sense a little bit? Please? There must be some sort of way to like set schedules to like tell people when they're allowed to get a break or something. It's the only thing I can think of. And I just must not have figured out how to do that component yet. Something I'd really like to be able to do, and I don't know if it's possible or not, but something that I think could be really fun would be to have the capability to like change their uniforms. Oh, and again, I don't know if it's possible. Not sure if uniforms are a thing in this game, but I feel like able to set the uniforms for the employees for like a certain area. That's really something I'd like to be a feature. I just realized I'm kind of building borderline hedge maze to get to this ride. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad that I'm basically building a bit of a hedge maze. Where you have to sort of find your way. No one needs to know how long the queue is or is not. Please don't. All you need to know is that there are people ahead of you, behind you. Who knows? that's too close. Mm. Boiling steam, water splashes, water mediums. This is a bunch of fountain stuff. Oh, I could put a cute little fountain like in the middle here. That was a very aggressive splash. I'm being completely honest. That cannot be doing good things. Okay, fine. Okay, I think what I want to do in that little area. But I want to see. Can I make him spin? Which seems like a good idea in theory. Don't know if in actuality it's gonna be overly functional. Oh. Huh. Okay. So if I take this and shove it into the planter. Hey. No stick to surface, please, mister. Oof. How is that slow? Goodness gracious. need to attach scenery. And my hope is that maybe he can spin on it. I think there's one that might be on one foot. Ooh, okay. He is very, very large. And will definitely need quite a scale down. That shouldn't make me as happy as it does. But look at how cute he is. He's like spinning around in circles. And you know, is he destroying a couple of flowers? Probably. It's okay though. Don't worry about it. Keeps. I will probably bump him up just a little bit. Look at how cute he is. And he's going to have an archway on the other side of him. I wonder if this is wide. Super interesting. When I was doing the build earlier, I needed to keep turning off the stick to surface because it would do kind of like a jump away. At the moment, it's when I grab an item, it's jumping super fast. It's a little frustrating. It's okay. It's dead. It's easy enough to drop it back down to the surface and then. Okay. Since I added this extra pathway, definitely to nudge guy a little bit. Now the question of the century. Can I select the flowers? No, it's the planter. Also the planter. Oh no, I had it! Okay. Oh. It's a corner. Is there not? End cap. Okay. Alright, I need to remember what I scaled this to. So we're going to scale to a 75. Because when I find the planter with just two side-edged edges, modular planter end cap, edge, corner. Are you serious? There's no way there's not a modular. Genuinely, you've got to be kidding me. How is there not a modular planter with double end caps? Like, I want this, but in the other planter, so that I can make a long, skinny, fat planter. I don't know how you would describe that. Thin, thin. Curved corner, curved corner. Bunch of weird stuff. No edge. End cap. Thin, thin. Ugh, am I really gonna have to do that? It's terrible. Can't believe that's the mechanic. I feel like I've got to be missing something. There's no way that in order to tile this for a further period, I'm supposed to do that and then duplicate it and rotate it. I just genuinely cannot believe that there's any possibility that's what I'm supposed to do. That's bonkers. visually glitching? Why would it not be a possibility? Ugh, I'm so mad right now. So when I'm playing, I oftentimes will have headphones on. Um, just because there's a weird audio lag on my end based on how everything's set up. And this whole time I've been playing, I've been wondering why I keep hearing these what I thought were random funks. It's because there's an audio lag. There's an audio lag, and so I place the planter, and then I don't hear the planter place till shortly after, and then there's the thunk. All right. All right. Time to demolish a queue again. Right as these people have been standing here waiting in line to get on the Ferris wheel. And as they start moving, I'm just going to delete the path out from under them, and they're going to have to start all over again. Sorry, guys. Too bad. So sad. You can go rat me out to the authorities. No. Just want a little baby piece of path. You may have the one corner. Son of a biscuit. Just want to build pretty things. Oh gosh, okay. I have to delete one more tiny little chunk of this path. And it's not letting me delete tiny little chunks, it's making me delete bigger chunks. Okay. Go to there. And it's gonna turn. It's gonna go to there. Then it's gonna turn. And we're gonna put one single hedge, locking it. It's a little bit like a hedge maze. Okay, it's a lot of bit like a hedge maze. I want them to go in and think that, like, they don't have very far to go. When in actuality, with the sheer amount of people that get on the Ferris wheel every time it goes, I want it to be pretty long. So, all right, more hedges. I'm pretty sure I should have just relabeled this stream as the hedge stream, because I have decided that we need to have all the hedges, every of the hedges. Not clip. That's gonna need to be about there. And then I could make them walk under hedges. No, I won't make them walk under hedges. Just gonna thicken this area out a little bit. Oh, I guess I can resume the game again. We'll let them re-queue up for the ride that they've gotten kicked out of. I don't think I'm going fast enough that I've kicked out the same group of people twice to build this hedge maze. So, I'm not being a complete monster park owner. So I think I should get brownie points for that at least. I'll have to see if there's any points where, like, I should add some archways. Oh. I kicked everyone out of the path so that I could rearrange it. And then I am 90% positive this is in fact the star wheel. And they just gave a notification that the star wheel is going to pause until someone does a relief. So I wonder if they're gonna get kicked off in a second here. But it looks like the wheel's filling up, so maybe that was just a delayed notification from another person's break. Maybe those notifications don't actually mean anything because I have brakes turned off, possibly. I don't really know. I'm mostly just here for the building. If this ride does not have full scenery points by the time I'm done, I'm gonna be miffed. Oh no! I have to replace all of those because I messed it up. There are so many people queuing up for this ride. And I do know that the queue length is not proportional to the number of people who would queue. That's so crazy that so many people want to go on this giant Ferris wheel. How's my scenery score looking? What? Are you serious? I have placed all of those scenery nature decorations must not do much. It's the only thing I can think of. The maximum scenery points you can get for a ride is 500. And with everything I've done, I'm only at 2,400 points. Oh man. That's insane. It is a non immaterial number pieces of scenery that I've put. Don't mind Edge Maze. Just come on into the ride. It will be fine. Don't worry about it. I do need to come up with a name for this ride. It is a giant Ferris wheel, and we're still building in the quote unquote Disneyland Cuba part. So we will have to come up with a name because I would like to give all of the rides like official names because I think that could be amusing, and I'm even going to take the time to put their names on signs by their entrances. I definitely want to put a few more archways in there, but for now, I'm going to say the queue's a pretty good overall length. I'm really frustrated that the scenery score is so low still. I've got to figure out what pieces are worth. Because it just seems like pieces must not be worth, like, any points at all. There's an air conditioning unit. This little, does he have a little cabin? Oh, he does. Here you go, buddy. You can have an AC unit. I'm sure that won't be loud and obnoxious. Or you can have an AC unit. I'm sorry, I tried to give you an AC unit, buddy. It won't let me give you one. Sorry, my guy. The game said no AC for you. Sorry. Oh my gosh, there are so many insane pieces. Editable text sign. Ooh, that could be how I could put like a sign in front of the entrance. God, why is it dating so slow? That is not the way I thought that would rotate. Probably need to make it bigger. Good job. Oh, stick to surface is back on. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna use that to get this. Oh, hang on. How do I edit the text? Oh, snap. What's the name of the Ferris wheel in Disneyland California Adventures? Apparently, it's now called the Pixar Pal Around. So, I guess we're gonna call it the Pal Around for now. The 3D letters are definitely vastly superior. Like vastly superior, frankly. Those actually look a little silly. I guess I can play with the font type. I kind of assumed Aladdin. Griconian. Rancho. Robato Slap. I think we're gonna have to go Evil Empire because Disney is an evil empire. You can fight me on that if you want me to change it. So for now, it's gonna be the pal around. How do I rename this thing? Fine, I'm not actually trying to move it. I want to rename it. Where are you? Ah, there it is. I feel stupid. Thank you, PlayStation. Well, for now, it's going to be the pal around. It does have a cute little sign at the entrance, which I actually like. Don't think I hate that, so that's nice. I was going to do... Oh, I can do another archway instead. How's my scenery score? Garbage still? That's so frustrating. Like, what is the logic? Is this like the hedges are worth literally nothing? Is that what's going on here? Because that's certainly what she seems like. I extended this queue. Significantly extended this queue. This fits so many guests, and it is still falling out. That is just insane. There are so many people in this queue trying to ride this ride. What the heck? I've got other rides. This is not an empty park by any means. That's so crazy. I also feel a little silly because I just realized a more efficient way to do this, so I apologize for the fact that I've been doing this the slow way. Sometimes you learn by doing. And I feel like at the moment there's definitely a little bit of learning by doing going on. So, alright, a lot of times you learn by doing. Well, that went a lot quicker. I feel silly. Well, lessons learned today. I appreciate you for hanging out with me. I am going to take a bit of a look and see who is available. All right. Well, I think I am going to go ahead and call it for the night. Didn't get quite as far with any of the decoration as I'd hoped I would. I apologize for a bit of a slower stream. I do plan on streaming tomorrow. I'll have to brainstorm and figure out what we're going to do tomorrow. But in the meantime, I would like to say thank you for joining, and I will catch you next time.